How much protection does the Gold Eagle really get you? If you're in occupied Palestine, the benefits are null, with Israeli forces treating you as they would any other nationality. MAGA may find this hard to believe, but we're talking facts here. US passport holders often claim near immunity when traveling, believing that if they fall into any trouble, the embassy will protect them. Take the recent case of 16-year-old Mohammed Brahim from Florida, who was arrested in the West Bank while visiting his family under the alleged crime of throwing rocks at vehicles belonging to settlers. In a letter obtained by The Guardian, the Israeli embassy in Washington defended Brahim's detention, stating that he confessed to the crime of vandalism. However, the letter failed to mention that the teenager wrote in a sworn affidavit. The interrogator threatened that if I did not comply, he would instruct the soldiers to beat me. Out of sheer fear, I ultimately confessed. This is but one of the many cases of US citizens being treated as disposable by the Israeli regime. So disposable, in fact, that their lives are forfeit, and not necessarily because they have Arab blood in them. One of the more famous cases is Rachel Corrie, a 23-year-old American activist who was crushed by an Israeli bulldozer in Rafah, South Gaza, in 2003 while protesting Israel's destruction of civilian homes. Or the case of Shirin Abu Akleh, a legendary field reporter who was murdered in cold blood while reporting on an Israeli raid in the West Bank. Forensic analysis conducted after her murder showed that she was in fact deliberately shot by an Israeli sniper while wearing her vest, clearly marked press, breaking the Israeli narrative that she was simply caught in the crossfire. Or how about Turkish-American activist Aysenur Ezgi Eygi, shot by Israeli occupation forces while volunteering with the International Solidarity Movement to protect Palestinian farmers from settler and military violence? These are but a few of the many cases of Israeli impunity in murdering Americans. Since 2022, Israeli forces have killed at least 9 US passport holders, all of whom were killed with little outrage by the country that claims in said passport to give its citizens all lawful aid and protection. In fact, even going back decades, the US has never made a move to take punitive or retaliatory efforts against Israel for the killing of any of its citizens. Where US politics continues to take an isolationist stance, the lack of response to the killings of its own citizens is a stab in the heart of the growing America First movement. Whether crushed with a bulldozer or executed by a sniper, rest assured, the US government will not come to help.